if you did do that, you'd be like in the middle of the field. They'd wheel out an organ for you, and then you'd play it, and they'd be like, "Oh, that poor fellow. His music is so beautiful."
Well, do you think people would have to stand for it? I think they would have to show some respect.
You would obviously
A couple
replace the
players
anthem with
kneel. Yeah, a couple players still kneeling during it. People are just booing them. Boo!
it.
Have you no heart?
So I'm Dan.
Did we start?
Yes, we did.
Oh, I'm Nick. Hey, welcome to the podcast, fools.
Yeah, and we're the Unpanderers.
We sure are, folks.
I unloaded that one quick.
You did. Caught me off guard there.
Yeah, if you would like, you can go to our website here, unpanders.com. Not the Unpanders, just the Unpanders.
No, just Unpander. It's much easier.
Yeah, they've already spun that off into a porn site. It's
It's us?
It's quite climactic. You should check it out.
Yeah. What would you say we do here? Just a couple of guys talking sports tonight. Huh?
Yeah, we'll talk about any topic, actually.
We don't pander.
No.
We'll talk about anything.
We're going to hit it right on the head. We're going to nail it down.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do.
Quick disclaimer. If you're under 18, you probably shouldn't watch this without your parents. So call over mom, call over dad, the three of you get together and just watch us unpander.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would really help the family. There's going to be some awkward moments, a little bit of sex talk, but that's okay.
Yeah.
How do you think you got here,
Yeah.
Other thing to note and mention and reveal is that all the opinions, hearsay, thoughts, and likenesses to celebrities that may be mentioned or talked about on this podcast, they're all just fabrications.
Yeah.
Clearly just not our true opinions or beliefs, not anyone's. Just getting that out of the way. Legally.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with Nick.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Wholeheartedly.
We got rid of that stuff, folks.
Whew.
Time to
Got
get
that off our
dirty.
chest, yeah.
Time to get dirty.
Let's get in there.
We're just going to grind this one out, folks. A little sports talk for you. A little sports ball. We looked up some sports cliches. We're going to use them for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
I'm going to give 110%. I don't know about Dan. I sure am.
I'm more of a mental gamer, so I'm going to outthink you. Going to make you think you're going to win, and then I'm going to be the underdog here.
Well, we're on the same team, so that's how Dan takes it.
Yep.
Likes to outthink his own teammates. What a real jerk.
We're going to lose, but I'm going to look fantastic.
Stats guy. We're going to compile some great stats.
Yeah.
We lost by 7. Yeah, but did you see my stat line?
+7. Huh, how'd that happen?
I did have a quick tongue twister.
Oh.
A new one. I love to try out tongue twisters.
It's true, we didn't do a warm-up yet.
No, let's do it right now.
Yeah.
I got one for you. You think you can do it?
Probably.
Let's find out. 12 twins twirled 12 twigs.
12 twins twirled 12 twigs. 12 twins twirled 12 twigs. 12 twins twirled 12 twigs. I just started cracking up. I actually said it.
Wow, I actually think you did say it. I can't say it in my head, let alone out loud. So that's kudos to you.
I did have to focus. I had to pause and put the beer down. And almost got it. Started to sweat a little bit. My pores got a little oily.
I know. That's called pressure. And here at the Unpanders, we kind of know exactly what every professional athlete feels on a day-to-day basis.
Because we're clutch.
Oh, yeah, we are. That's a real thing,
Yeah.
Stat nerds are hiding from that one. Hey, stat nerds, describe clutch, huh?
I wonder if they have that on their spreadsheets. A little column for clutchness.
It's right next to Corsi.
Yeah, stick to it.
Right next to WAR, some war points, wins after replacement.
So, what topic would you say? Like a little warm up, maybe a little. Oh, I do have some corrections and clarifications actually.
Let's do a correction real quick because I have one too.
So last time we talked about these beads that actually still exist. I think they started in the 80s. They're called hama beads. You melt them together and you can make little pixelated art.
Oh yeah, I've never heard of that, and I know you were talking about it now.
Yeah, that's one thing I just completely missed it. Now I got it.
Oh, thanks for getting that back out in the open. Ooh, this one's real important. Folks at home, I gave you some tips on how to make pup delights last week. If any of you tried this, I've been getting a lot of emails. Real big problem. Apparently, dogs cannot eat the delightful snack that I described, which is avocados and cherry pits dipped in chocolate and sprinkled with onion powder. Please do not give that to your dog. The pup delights, just don't. It's better off just to not do it. I apologize. There's a few incidents, not a big deal. We have lawyers working on it right now. So just so you know, we do not condone pup delights. I named all the wrong ingredients, in fact. Every single ingredient was wrong.
Yeah, because all of those are like death to a dog.
Yeah, right. Well, we don't know what caused the dogs to die, Dan.
Yeah,
Our lawyer has told us.
It's very health.
Could be anything. Old age, right after he had a pup delight. I don't know. Just a correction. Cleaning that up for the podcast.
Rapid aging.
He died right around the time that he had the pup delight. Wow, I can't believe he got old right around then.
Yeah. That's
Interesting.
Nice. That's nice.
We tell a lot of jokes on the podcast, and I feel like the rest of this episode could be very jokey. So I do want to get something semi-serious out of the way.
Sure.
I went to a charity fundraiser for a guy who he lost like all of his limbs, essentially.
Arms and legs?
Yes.
Wow.
Like up to like the elbow and everything.
How did it happen?
Well, okay, so he's feeling sick. His wife's pregnant. I think it was with their second child, and she's like 8-9 months in, like whatever. So he goes, and they realize he has blood poisoning. It's sepsis of the blood, sepsis poisoning. Mm-hmm. And I'm not 100% sure how he got it. His name's Clark Deardoff. If you look him up, I strongly support him. But they call him Iron Dad 23. And what's crazy is he was in the ICU for 80 days. I think they had to put him in like a coma for a little bit. All this stuff was going on. It spread to his limbs. They had to amputate his elbows and his legs and everything else. And I think while this was all going on, his daughter was born. So like he wasn't even awake to see it really. So like when he finally comes
normal human being, and then the sepsis hit him.
Right, and now he wakes up, and his like daughter could be weeks old at this point. I can't remember the exact age, but then like you wake up in a hospital bed, you don't have your limbs, and they're like placing your newborn daughter on you because you didn't want the skin contact. But yeah, dude. So we went to a fundraiser and we raised like $50,000 for him.
Oh, great!
And he was there. He seemed like he seemed like he was in a good mood. I mean, I don't know what the word to say
positivity.
You know what I mean? Like right. So either way, like. That was kind of uplifting. I mean, it kind of sucks. No matter how good the fundraiser is, it already happened. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, but,
Right. Positives taken away.
I will clarify that at one point we challenged Megyn Kelly to dance. And she actually danced the next day. That's interesting. Yeah. So are we making differences? I think we are. Plus, we contribute a little bit to charity, so we can contribute a little bit to this guy.
I threw 20 on top of my ticket into just whatever, some kind of random thing, and then another 20 in the 50-50s. But we didn't hear them call our name. So I got this wristband. I'm on watch.
Looking for a refund.
Just looking. No, but it was a wondrous cause.
So and, I'll match that. I'll give the guy $40.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, feel good. And one of the interesting facts about
20 given and whatever. There were some sweet baskets.
You 20 and 20, or do I have to reduce my 40 to 20?
No. 20 was like a donation type thing, and then 20 was like
for a raffle.
Yeah, there you go. I was
make up a fake raffle for me, and I'll put my $20 in. I'll lose, and that'll be fine.
No, somehow he wins. I set it up for him to lose. You owe Dan so much. I can't believe it.
Get a Pixel 2. You get 2 pixels.
Yeah.
Right at the bottom of the screen
right here.
Just
giving him my pixel I just get. Which brings us to smirk or smile. Do you have a big old smirk or a big old smile?
I actually want to rewind for 2 seconds because there's one thing I wanted to cover.
Okay.
We did an episode on toxicity and like various things that you could take into your body that would kill you. Like you could drink too much water or milk and it could kill you.
Right.
If you sit in water for more than, I think it was like 6 hours, that your skin starts to actually become like worn away and absorbs everything. And sepsis can happen that way because you have all these bad bacteria and viruses on your skin, and your skin actually starts to like crack and bleed.
is it because your skin becomes so thin because of the water?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how you get wrinkly, so 6 hours in?
Yeah, you just start to like lose skin, and then it just cracks.
So if the teacher around the corner ends up in my house unconscious or whatever, and I put him in a bathtub and I don't do
You
anything
forget about them overnight.
for 12 hours, I'm not responsible for anything that happens to her. Am I right? Am I
Natural causes
absolutely
of
right?
death.
Am I right? Rapid aging, people.
She has pup treats all over her face.
Yeah.
She ate
Some pup delights.
She was really hungry, and that's all we had.
A lot of returned pup delights.
It was the sepsis that killed her.
Mm-hmm. The judge trying sepsis in the court of law.
Everyone is guaranteed to have antibiotics after that trial, that ruling.
I bet so.
So, smirk or smile?
Hey, smirk. Give me a smirk. Give me a smile.
Let me see. You're gonna have to go first. I have one, and it's floating around there. I wanted to write it down.
Phone tomorrow.
Ooh,
that's my
nice.
smirk.
That's your smirk and smile.
Oh yeah. And I found a new band. All right, so I don't know if you're like me, but like I'm very music centric. So I'm always like a lot of my life is about music. What music I like. What music I purposely put acoustic guitars in the background to make myself look cool. But I'm always looking for old stuff, new stuff, listening to different stuff, you know, and not like I listen to everything except country, like that joke or whatever. It's a popular joke, right?
Yeah, because
I love everything except country, and I agree. But do you think?
No.
But do you think those people are listening to like speed metal or like classical jazz or like whatever? Like, no, they're not. They literally just mean pop, and they also don't like country. But I really like tons of stuff, and every now and then I text one of my old college buddies or music buddies, and we send each other musicians who I think you should check out.
Mm-hmm.
So my college buddy Ben, he sends me a link, and he's like, check out Grails. And I was like, oh, okay, sounds stupid. You know what I mean? Like, thanks Ben.
Grails.
Now I got to waste my time with the Grails. So I know he was a big stoner rock guy, and I was listening to Somali Boathouse.
Somali Boathouse?
I think it's Somali Boathouse. It's either Somali Boathouse, Somali Boat Team, Somali Boat something is the group. But they're decent stoner rock. Like, I don't know, you listen to it, you're like, that's cool. And I sent him that, like, because I was like, Ben, here, I have to, when someone offers you a band, you have to offer something back. You can't just empty-handed take a band. So then I listened to, like, Grails, and this is from, like, 2004, I want to say, or maybe 2010, somewhere in that span, but it's, like, more than 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. I was like, I could get deep into their catalog and everything. And then I was thinking, I sent Ben, like, an okay band. I was like, geez, do I owe him, like, another okay band? Does 2 okay bands work for him? Like, you know what I mean? Do I owe him change?
You got to match it up.
Right, and I've still been, I texted him. I was like, it's like you gave me a $5 bill and I gave you $3.79. Like, okay, Somali Boat, whatever, they're cool, but like I really like Grails. And for people at home, check out Grails. Their hit song "Up All Night," you know what I'm saying? Dan, are you taking me seriously? Is it the eye?
It's the eyes. It just looks kind of
interesting.
I don't know if you're
we know who the
follow
serious
your orbitals or your cheekbones.
Hold on. My girlfriend did this, and as she did it, I was thinking, that's too curvy.
Yeah,
hey,
too delicate.
This curve. I was like, you're not making me look like Bryce Harper.
Those are feathered edges right there.
You're making me look like Brycene Harper or something. Come on, babe. Come on, please.
Let's do this. Come on.
Anyway, I would have done it myself. It would have looked much better.
Wow.
Much more masculine and less good.
Uh-huh.
Which less good would be more good. You know what I mean? For eye black, but...
It's true. You can't overthink it.
Nope, and she did. Love her to death.
So I remembered my smile.
Good.
It was actually has to do with my son, who is young, and he was.
Give me an age group. I mean, you don't have to give me a number.
He's too many months to remember. He's close to 2. He
Okay, cool. I know what you're talking about. Like, you go by months.
Yeah.
It's weird. For anyone who doesn't have kids,
past 10, so it's like, wait a second.
No. I counted till like, I guess 1. But then, like, if someone was like, "Oh, is he 2?" I'd be like, "No, he's 14 months. Like, you know what I mean? You sound like such a jerk saying that. It's like he's 17 months old.
Yeah, you're not
idiot.
aware of how
Yeah.
the
Do you not
children
know?
speak.
Yeah. Do you not know? But anyway, go ahead. What did your young child do?
He doesn't really make full sentences yet, but he did the other night where he said, "Please, I'm sleepy. I want to go upstairs."
Oh, damn. That's awesome, too. That's
Yeah.
like a put me to bed.
Yeah, put me to bed. And it was just like, wow, it frees up like half an hour of confusion where he just kind of flops around and wonders if he's tired.
All right. That's pretty cool.
And to follow,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
To follow up
You
the
get plenty
baby
more.
thing.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, you got it. I mean, you can play more.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
I just want to interject here. Can I interject?
Can I interject into my
own conversation? Thanks, Dan. So I heard today that there are actually, for babies, there's baby massage. They do this thing.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're not doing a baby massage, are you?
They let the baby get, like, they work their calves.
Yeah.
It's like
Is it
this big, so you're just like
you can make sure it's an Asian person, right? Can you check
it
that?
has to be because their hands are so tiny. It's the only thing that
That's
could.
so perfect.
Unless it's other babies taught to give them a massage.
We have a 38-month-old who gives the greatest massages. So, lady, you saying a 3-year-old? I said 38-month. Yeah. Okay, lady. Sign me up. Sign me up. I got tiny little hands.
That'd be fantastic. But I've also heard there's baby chiropractors as well, which is like it's like their bones aren't even formed yet. What are you doing?
I did research on that exact topic when I was looking up if chiropractic is real.
Chiropractic. Yep. Okay.
I wanted to turn it into a re.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Chiropractor-ish.
Yeah, but I want to say
Not real.
re.
Keep going.
Chiropractic is real.
Mhm.
And most of the people were like, it's not really real. It's not like harmful, and
It's
usually
never a
what's
permanent
harmful
solution.
right. And usually the only harmful thing that can come from it is they give weird advice because they buy into like weird circles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they're not based on a real scientific base.
Yeah, they're borderline
So
herbalistic.
Right. So I think the only time chiropractor has ever done bad is where someone was aligning like a 5-year-old and messed up their disc or something and like crippled them. But I mean, for their sake, one time isn't that bad. It's just like one time.
And the 5-year-old probably had issues before they went to the chiropractor, right?
I have no idea unless he was just so bad at it. He was just like, it ain't snapping. You gotta crack this baby in half.
Should he use the 38-year-old or 38-month-year-old? Correct.
38-month-old with the tiny hands. I don't know. Someone could do some research. We'll probably look in the corrections section. But anyway, I don't know. So you getting it done?
No. I just heard about it. I thought it was fantastic that children actually get massages, and then the chiropractor part. No, I don't think so. I don't see how he would need any sort of chiropractor
Right. I mean, work, and he's always staring down at his phone all day. Is that a problem yet, or not yet?
Constantly up
Yeah.
with the TV.
Oh
Let's fix that neck of yours.
yeah. Get him in shape.
So, here's a new segment that I think I would like to interject.
You going off the rails?
Yeah,
How am I supposed to keep up with this, folks?
I think we should share some information about each other. So, in the previous podcast, you mentioned you were in a car accident. So, I'd like to hear about that. What happened? I didn't even know about this, actually. We're finding more about each other as we speak.
No, that's totally cool. I got tickets to a Perfect Circle when I was in college.
Ooh.
I didn't really like a Perfect Circle, but I love Tool. So, like, everyone assumed you have to like the other.
That's one of the bands I listened to, and then it faded away from existence.
Which one?
Perfect Circle.
APC? Okay.
Tool I actually listened to today
Okay,
for the
cool,
first
cool,
time in a
cool.
long time, and I was just like
Did you?
jamming all the way home.
Which song? I need to know.
Lateralis, Schism, and then
Whole CD?
I
Couple of hits from that CD?
I've got I
I'm not putting you on
took
the
out the
burner.
disc and plugged in my USB, and then I don't know what album they come off of.
All right, that's fine. That's cool. Well, dude,
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with the clown. You know what I'm saying?
Parabola.
Yeah. Parabola. Mm-hmm. That transition.
Ooh. What is this
Anyway.
boring part gonna end?
Oh my god!
Oh, shit. It paid off.
It's all the same song. Holy shit. Anyway, is that our first curse on the whole episode?
Man, we're fucking
Maybe
good
like
then.
29. Oh my God, we're good.
Yeah. Oh,
People,
shit.
we ought to be for 15 and under, you know? This podcast.
Yeah. The first 15 minutes are 15 and under. After that period, you gotta
Anyway,
go. You're out of here. You're kicked out.
no, but
We saw you drinking. You're not 21 yet. You're done.
you're out of here. Yeah, I was driving from University of Delaware to Scranton area to watch Perfect Circle play.
Well,
And what's real funny is I brought our effeminate, hilarious, interesting sidekick who we all made fun of, Wang.
oh, I remember Wang. Yeah.
Wang Cheddar. His
Everyone,
name was
everyone has that in a group. They always have.
everyone. Yeah, right. He was the one we made fun of the most in the world, and like called him names and made fun of him. Sidebar.
I'd call that mainstreaming.
Right, but we made up something called awesome points, which you would get for doing anything hilarious, funny, breaking something, do regular college guy stuff like a-hole stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we made something called sad points. Sad points were awarded to anyone who would like cry over spilled milk or like wanted to stay in and study, like you know what I mean, terrible, awful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever. Wang cornered the market on sad points. He would just accumulate sad points on the daily, and we would all get awesome points. And I couldn't figure out why until I realized it was rigged against him. And I would like to apologize to Wang if he's listening now. But you have so many sad points. It was like
I feel like he was going for a major that allowed him to be like a state trooper / constable / park ranger / whatever.
poli-sci.
Poli-sci.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. He's going to get revenge on us all eventually.
He's going to enforce laws that ban awesome points.
Ban. Yeah.
I have the most points ever.
Yeah.
Shittiest
Boom,
points
boom,
ever.
boom, boom, boom. Blows the crowds, people. Can't blame us, folks. Cannot blame us.
Oh.
Anyway, actually, I have it on a good guess that Wang's actually a really good guy, and he does really good in the community and all that. And we were the a-holes.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
Oh no, we had fun. It was hilarious. But I was driving on the blue route, and I was almost at the interchange, so whatever it's called, and everyone would slow down to like 5 mile an hour, and then speed up to 40 mile an hour, and slow down was like the accordion effect, which is the weirdest traffic thing ever. I get traffic, but
Yeah.
speeding up, slowing down, I'm not sure.
I can't wait till computers just cut that all out.
Stop. I'm not for computer driving. I drive better than any computer ever would. So I slowed down to 5 mile an hour because the car in front of me was, and the guy behind me did not. He just plowed into me. But I wasn't looking in my rear view. I didn't think it would happen. So all of a sudden, I still remember it. I yelled, "Fuck," as loud as I could because suddenly there was like all this energy in the car, and I was not where I was a second ago. Like literally, it must have hit me to the right because I ended up in the middle lane and moving like 15, 20 mile an hour from a zero. So like I didn't realize I got hit. I just thought somehow I transported to the middle lane, and I was
And it was your fault.
and I was freaking out, and I was just trying to make sure I didn't hit anyone. Like I was like driving, and there were all these car stops. So then I eventually was like, "What?" And what's real funny is Wang was asleep in the passenger side. Like, who falls asleep on a guy journey?
Oh,
Sad.
man.
He's getting sad points for that. So he's never met my family or whatever. And I pull over to the side of the road, and I drove a teal Firebird, a 92. Very noticeable on the blue route in 2003, whatever the hell it was. And a pickup truck pulls over, and it's my neighbor Kev's
Your neighbor?
dad. No, my neighbor's dad.
Wow.
I worked with, and he was like, "Hey, I saw your car. Are you okay?" And I was like, "I think so." And I was like, I was probably concussed. I was like, whatever. Anyway, the guy gave me, the accident dude gave me his information. His name was the same amount of letters as my roommate. 6 letters for his full name. I'll say it. I don't care if he sues me.
Wow.
He did it. Ian Fox.
Wow.
And I was like, I was like, your whole name's 6 letters? He's like, I have a middle name. It's 3 letters. And I was like, just relax, buddy. My roommate's name is like 6 letters for the whole thing. I'm like, that's too short. So we exchanged information. I told him I could drive, except I was wrong. So him and the cop drove off, and I was like, we have to get to this concert in 3 hours. And apparently my car, the back end was forced into the wheel, so it was like grinding. And I was like, so I had to call my dad, and while I was waiting, that's when Kev's dad came over, and he like winched up the back. He's like, I saw you, pulled over here. And I was like, thanks, where did you come from? Like, it was just cool, because I was like, you're my neighbor at home. We're like 30 minutes from home. He just recognized the car, and he drove off. And he was like, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then I was like, oh, it didn't work. So my dad had to come. And this is so funny, because Wang is very like feeble and like holds his body like this. And like, he always said I was manly, which I don't think I am, but like I guess compared to him, maybe.
Who character would you like? A Gollum or like a?
Yeah, Gollum, exactly like Gollum. Wow, that's incredible.
Like
you said Gollum. We used to tell him he was Gollum to his face and give him sad points for it. You know.
Sad point awarded.
Yeah. So this is in his voice. He's never spent real life time with me, just in college. And my dad shows up and pulls over, and he didn't say anything.
Did he wet himself?
He just walked over. No, he walked over, he looked at the tire, and he walked back to his car and grabbed an axe. And he came back over, and he turned the axe sideways. So, you know the back end, the flat end of the axe? He just hammered the car for like 6 straight minutes without even saying hi to me. And we finally got the metal part wedged off of the wheel, and he's like, I think you can drive home. And I was like, thanks, Dad. And we got in the car, and he was like, was that your dad? And I was like, what do you think it was? And of course it was my dad. And he's like, he didn't really talk to us. I was like, he was fixing the car.
It'd be great if he just grabbed it with his hands and just pulled it back. And
For the record, my dad is like 6'4" and like huge and used to lift weights and stuff. He was big.
Mustache.
And he has a mustache. Like he's like me, but manlier, I guess. That's a shame.
I wonder if he shames you every day. Just what happened? It's like you have your offspring, and you're like, they're gonna be just like.
I think my dad said he was like 200 pounds in like 4th grade and like 6 foot.
Just rippling muscle.
He wasn't like super muscly. We'll give him muscly. Come on, don't give the guy so much credit. Come on.
Do you think that your dad had more pussy in his life than you did? No. No.
He found love at an early age, and he stuck with it. Grade school love turned into high school love, turned into they were sweethearts, turned into they got married and had me.
Oh.
So anyway, that's really the personal story.
Yeah.
And we made it with like 45 minutes to spare for a perfect circle, and I still remember Maynard's big joke, which I'm sure he told a million times, so it's not as funny, but when I heard it, it was funny. He said, knock, knock, and everyone went, who's there? He went, little boy blue, and everyone went, little boy blue who? And he went, Michael Jackson. And I was like, oh, good one. This is in light of recent events. Good one, James Maynard. It was a good one. I'm sure he told it 1,000 times, so it wasn't
pretty good. That is pretty good.
But you know, he told it like 400 times.
Oh, definitely.
Like, so it's not as funny. It's funny if he thought it up like an hour ago. That's real funny, but
not like us. We're off the cuff.
Geniuses.
We're on the cuff.
We're off the cuff.
I don't know which one it is.
On the cuff? Which is it? Correction.
I think the actors read off their cuff to figure out their own lines.
Or was the cuff the line? So
maybe the cuff was maybe off the cuff is that you're ignoring the lines on your. Something to think about.
Well, this is really crazy. Hold on. We're talking about celebrities? It's our favorite part of the podcast.
Oh, no.
Everyone buckle down.
Yes.
Celebrity Challenge.
All right.
Damn, dude. I wait all week for this. I can't believe it's going to happen. I got one ready.
You love these so much. Just get it ready.
I get rock hard in my mind. Just rock hard. I already got it all planned out. Who's everyone's favorite musicians? Just if you name 2 at random that had nothing to do with each other. Andrea Bocelli and Stevie Wonder. Right? If you're just asking the guy on the street, who are your 2 favorites? Bocelli and Stevie Wonder? Yes.
Bocelli. Who's Bocelli? Is the singer? Opera?
Yeah, opera singer. Oh. Anyway,
Wow.
little known fact, he's blind.
Really?
I challenge both of them to a celebrity cook-off. How cool would that be? And it's like the Hell's Kitchen type scenario where they have to use the secret ingredients. Like we give them 8 things, and they just got to do it in like under an hour.
So what are the 8 things? Do
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna let a chef do it. I mean, we could do it if they both pony up a few bucks for charity.
Yeah.
Pony up and match. I hope. And if they do it live in a studio, like one of the Iron Chef studios, on one of them like hot skillets, and they got the stuff going on. They got jars of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll help. Hell, we might do one. But either way, I want to see them two go at it, and they can't have help.
It does seem enjoyable. I would like to see that.
See?
And if they do this, we are willing to contribute to charity. Otherwise, we are not going to contribute to charity. Aside from the $40 I mentioned earlier. So, do they have to sing while they do it? They probably will. I think that's in their bones.
No, but am I a jerk for wondering how they're going to do it blind?
They could sense the heat, right? So they could...
Sensing the heat just means they won't put their hand on the flame. How are they going to...
You know, all the other celebrities that are eating the food will just say it's delicious. They're not going to say, oh, this is...
I just want to see how they do it. Do you think blind people prepare stuff in the kitchen all the time?
I do... I mean, I think they probably know exactly where everything is. That's like denominations. Okay. Like, certain countries have figured this out, that like their dollar bills are either different sizes or they're even like have braille on them. But us being the #1 country in the world hasn't figured this crap out. So all their bills are exactly the same with no braille.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Why the hell is it? Come on, Donnie.
Yeah, come on.
Call for braille.
I don't think he
braille
cares.
These bills. What a jerk.
Other people? Who are they?
Now remember, that's our POTUS, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, for hopefully 3 years. 3 years.
Ooh, give them 3 years. Generous.
But I believe blind people know the order of their bills. So like they'll have like a set number, and they'll be like, these are 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s, and maybe they just use credit card. Who cares?
Who told them?
I think when they get it from the bank, they say like, give me exactly this because I have issues seeing, and they'll be like, are you blind? And they'll be like, I guess so.
I guess so. They didn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Really?
How do you bring that up?
Sir, I can see you're staring to your left slightly. Well, like I said, I guess
and you keep playing the piano. I don't understand. Where did you get this?
How did you bring a grand piano into Citizens Bank?
Yeah, and you're cooking ribs? What? You're not allowed to cook in here. It's a fire hazard.
Oh, man. I want to see these guys cook off.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
Well, whew.
Felt good.
This got real.
Got deep.
I have a couple things we can save. What I think would be interesting is move on to the main topic.
Oh, you're gonna skip all over?
Yeah, I want to do some main topic because
no, you don't.
I don't want to lose you. Oh, you think I don't? Oh, trust me, I got some good stuff here.
No, I don't know. I don't know if you do. I got some good stuff too. I just want to let you know that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Well, recently, I bought my son 24-piece from Melissa and Doug. It's literally one of the better known.
I was using one of those today, actually.
See? They have one of the better known kid programs. It's spot on. It's usually tactile response, visual response.
100%.
There's a ton of things.
Organic
and it's a little bit of learning. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Anyway, this one's a 24-piece floor puzzle. He has trouble with puzzles because it's just the tiny little pieces. It's a 3 foot by 2 feet. The whole thing. Like, the thing takes up tons of room on the floor. And it's his favorite stuff. Bus, train, taxi, ambulance, plane, cop car, train, just everything. So you can set it up, you do whatever. It's for ages 3 and older. He started at 2.5. My kid's a genius. Anyway, when I say started, I mean we just got the box. I spent $13.99. It was the lowest advertised price. I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah,
The
fantastic.
only problem is when I opened it, Melissa and Doug
Oh.
ran into one problem.
You need muscles like your dad. Whoa, it's full of oranges or lemons.
No, that's
My bad.
lemons. It's literally 1, 2, 11 lemons.
All of
Hey,
those
Melissa and Doug. Thanks. You just handed my kid life. Is that the scenario? Is that the joke, Melissa and Doug?
That's the trick.
Thanks. But my kid will not be putting together your puzzles anymore.
Some disgruntled employee at the Melissa and Doug store. I'm gonna give this kid lemons. He's gonna make lemonade
Life
and
handed me,
millions
huh?
more than
Well,
that disgruntled employee.
My kid didn't make lemonade, and he's still mad at you. We're gonna find you. Just a little note.
That's pretty good.
Mm.
That is pretty good. I myself do not have a product because I unpander.
Do not pander.
But I
like has become a verb. I unpander. I'm the opposite of pander.
I depandered Nick. You should see it. But I do have a word of the day.
Interesting.
Are you ready for this word of the day?
I hope so.
Let's see if I can. This is the longest word of the day we've ever had. I don't know. I think you know what this is. It's a characterizationalism. Are you familiar with this one?
Make people characters or characterize them?
The act of comparing ourselves to our everyday lives and mechanisms to characters we see in movies and TV shows.
Oh, wow. That's a hell of a word of the day. Thanks.
Yeah.
Man. Are you sure your booze isn't kicking in? I mean, I don't understand how it's that funny. You're loving it. I don't get it.
It's
For
weird,
the record, folks,
because
one of us is laughing harder than the other, and it's Dan.
Yeah, because you know where I got that word from?
Uh-uh.
Someone's blog in March of 2009.
Was it mine?
Yeah, it was your blog.
Oh, no. What blog?
Liquid Molten Funk.
Oh, no. You can find a whole list of
bevy
things
of
on that
bullshit.
page.
Look at all this crap.
I guess so. Is there the old? Did you find the old people one?
Oh, Jagged Jilted Jam. Yep.
That's a really good poem. For the record.
That's funny because you were mentioning last time we should talk about blogs that have been abandoned.
It's in hiatus.
Oh,
For the record, folks.
I wonder.
Move back into blogging.
It's sad because the stats look better than our stats. Probably.
Do they?
I don't know. I can't look at the stat.
I have a feeling they don't.
Probably not.
I think it's close. But there is one familiar, one common denominator. Myself.
Ooh, yep.
Hmm.
Do you want me to read what you wrote?
I'm interested, though.
I'll read the first paragraph and I'll try to make it snappy.
You can't make one of my paragraphs snappy.
We just compare ourselves nonstop. We watch a Jackie Chan movie and go, "Hey, that Jackie Chan guy has my determination and ingenuity."
He does. Hold on. You can read the whole thing for the podcast. This sounds really good so far.
Or, "Hey, the villain here expresses things about myself I dislike, and dislike greatly for that matter." And how about, "Wow, she's hot and she's blonde, and I appreciate her aesthetic value, but she has she in no way shares any characteristics with me, and thus I could care less about her hot ass." Huh.
That's characters in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think I summed it up.
Yeah. I do.
Characterizationalism.
Characterizationalism.
Hmm.
Thanks. Liquid Molten Funk blog from 2009.
My other stuff.
Obviously, the current day funk doesn't know
About his
own
predecessor.
blog.
I did not have any idea, folks.
Yeah. I thought
We'll
you'd
check
be
that
like,
out.
wait a second.
Episode 9, page 4.
We need to talk about abandoned blogs and what it means for the economy, the whole world, in a later episode.
What do you mean, blank space? Filled up space?
Yeah.
Junk?
People trying to be important.
Space litter? Wait, are you talking about
digital
us?
garbage?
TheUnpanders.com.
Yeah. It's
The
man.
Unpanders, not unpanders.com.
Whoa. Yeah, those guys. That smut is just throw it.
My word of the day was actually simpler, and it was because it's one of my favorite sounding words. It's Jezebel.
Oh yeah.
Like when old ladies call women Jezebel.
Yeah.
She's a real
Is
Jezebel.
that the same as trollop? Is that the same as
Yeah,
trollop?
it is. Trollop, yeah.
Yeah.
Scamp. Get a little scamp in there.
All those old ladies are jealous that
Yeah, they are,
they
dude.
still
They
have a
hate
working
youth.
vagina.
They hate youth.
Yeah. I hope I don't become bitter as I get older. This is the happiest I've been in a while.
Real talk on the Panders.
Sure.
Is there an age where the vagina can stop having sex?
If I were to peg an age, I would say it's probably. I mean, menopause probably does it to you. It's probably just like.
No, dude. Don't they say like old women in homes have like the most sex or something?
Is that true?
That's our main topic. Is it not true?
I have no idea, but today we have uppers and
STDs.
No, I was gonna say like additives.
No, I hear Viagra and all that.
I mean, you could make it into anything you want to make it into. Surgical opportunities.
Yeah, you're getting a little dark.
Yeah, that's getting a little deep.
Not that deep. Let me tell you that.
He's backing off. He's getting scared of the topic.
No, I was referring to tiny penises for older men.
Because they can't get it up.
If they did, it probably isn't as big. I don't know.
Does it
lose some size?
It's the same question. Does Viagra stop working at a certain age? Or does it always work? All you older people on the show, please fill us in, because we have no idea.
Post a picture of your penis in the comments. 83 and older only, please.
Yeah.
We believe everyone else, just 83 and older, please.
Yeah, because I think I'm going to be virile until 83, and then it's going to just drop right off.
Yeah, it's one of my greater fears, not to get into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't...
Like, it no longer works? Like, what
do you do with it?
What do you do with yourself?
Just get rid of it.
I don't know.
It's so depressing and sad.
That was a sad moment here. Yeah, Panders. We both shared
it.
We
both love penises.
We sure do. The bigger, stronger ones. Big old ones shaped like biceps. You know the Always Sunny skit where they the party mansion is a picture of a bicep, and it seems like, no, turn it sideways. That's a dick, dude. It's like, no, it's a bicep. Look, turn it this way.
What are they make our invitations look like penises?
Yeah. No, it's a bicep, dude. It's a muscly bicep. Well, then why you got all the veins on it? Because that's a bicep. Yeah.
Ooh. You want to slide on over? You want to shift into the research topic a little bit? Which we
because we got like 12 minutes.
It's 18 minutes.
Yeah, are we going to give them the full hour? Let's do 59:59 and just cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like these jack-offs. Can you edit that out?
Waiting for more.
Ooh, wait. Does this thing do pictures?
You mean the podcast or videocast?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sports.
Something real disturbing happened to me. I got some text messages from Dildan Hume.
He said, please.
No.
Stop telling all my secrets. You gotta shake it.
I was trying to turn it sideways, but it's not going sideways.
No, you gotta smack it.
He claims he found stuff in an attic. Yeah, but hold on. Look at the thing in the front right, or left, or whatever that would be.
There's a guy falling off the boat.
Yeah, that guy? That's a Photoshop copy of his head. On one of those things. Hold on, I'll show you another one. He sent me 3. This is real disturbing. He claims his father is the original Bobby Teenager. Do you know who Bobby Teenager is?
No idea. No.
When you used to go to the movie theater, they had a picture on the thing that said, if you're not 13, don't try, or if you're not 18, don't try. I forget what the age said. And it was like, you need an ID, a valid ID. Because, kids were trying to sneak in underage.
Yeah, do that all the time.
I'm like 49 years old. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm old. Check this out.
Oh, God.
Look, dude. This was the fake ID they had up there, but that's his face on it. Like, something's going on here. So then he sent me a third and final one, and I thought for sure he's joking, right? Like, this guy, he's always telling jokes. He claims that he found this in an old thing covered in dust, like a treasure chest type thing, and he's going to bring it to historians, and
Wow.
Recognize anyone in there?
I don't see anybody that's going to step on his tiny little balls.
Look, dude, like the women that step on his things. Anyway, it's for the audio version of the podcast. It's a picture of Jesus at the Last Supper, that famous painting, but someone did a shitty Photoshop job where it's his face on it. I don't know what's going on with this guy, and that's all he sent me. I haven't responded yet. I don't want to let him down. I want to just say, "Wow, here, I'll try it right now. Wow, man, looks cool."
I feel like there should be a website out there that allows you to insert yourself into every popular meme or meme. I forget.
That'd be a good moneymaker, I
I
think.
think so. I think it would make
Well, no. It would have to be free. If it was free, everyone would do it.
advertising.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Good
You're
job.
a pretty bright guy. They might not be real. Let's try that. Guy might not be real. Not be real. I'd say get help, but he might never talk to me again. So anyway, sorry to bring him up again. It's hard. It's like a bad rash where you can't get rid of a friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really your friend, and you don't know what to tell him, and you hope to God he doesn't reach episode 14 in the podcast.
Yeah, he keeps orbiting and landing and orbiting and landing.
Like a fly.
Yeah.
Hold up. Sidebar. Do you want to hear the craziest thing I ever saw?
Sure.
Went to Westchester with music majors just to visit, and they were all music majors. So what do they do all day?
Smoke
pot. And whatever weird drugs they did. We were in a closed room, and they had a curtain in the kitchen separating the dining room. It was like their smoke room. And we're in there, and they're passing around all these weird things so you can smoke. Everyone's getting crazy. And I remember looking over at a dude, and he's doing this with a knife, like a butter knife, right? And he's like, dude, can you see the fly? And I was like, what? Because like now I'm like in slow mode, and I look really close at the butter knife, and there's an actual fly standing on it, just fluttering his wings every few seconds. He's like, he can't fly, dude. And I was like, what? And I just remember looking at this thing, and this fly on this butter knife couldn't fly. He would do this with it, and it was just hanging on. No, it would just stand on the knife. It didn't want to let go because it was so high from being in the room. So the fly couldn't fly. And the one dude was like, yo, if it can't fly, we should call it a walk. And everyone was dying in the room. And we put the knife down, and the fly was just walking back and forth on the knife. Someone threw it off, and it just landed on the ground and started walking again. And I was like, what's going on, dude? Like, everyone's losing their mind over the walk.
Oh, man.
And to this day, it might have been one of the best jokes I ever heard, I guess. Because it was no longer a fly.
Yeah.
It was no longer a fly, right?
It's weird because I killed a fly the other day. Where I hit it with the fly swatter and I ripped its wings off, but it was still alive. Like, it just magically killed its wings, and it disappeared in my home. Yeah, it's a walk for other reasons. I feel like it's gonna try to sneak up on me when I sleep, and
it's just waiting to rip off your arms.
Just spurting blood out. Like, no. Tiny incision.
We have almost 11 whole minutes.
Oh.
Let's get into the big topic today. Sports.
Which is...
Sport.
He loves sports. By the room, you can see sports. Sports. He loves all of them.
Gonna mess it up, but it's worth it. Everyone, who has a border like this?
Oh, yeah.
Folks, I love sports. I friggin' love sports.
I like how it's gray and it has every sport on it.
It's the most generic border I've ever seen in my life. We got a football helmet, a tennis racket, maybe a baseball, but it could be a volleyball. Oh, no, that's because that's a baseball. There's a soccer ball, a football, a flag that has the S. Check this one out. This is my favorite part of it. This. That's an S, folks.
That's like a Dallas Cowboys thing. That might be it. Yeah.
It kind of is, but I guess it's more for sport than anything else, folks. Here at this house, sport rules.
I
So let's
wonder,
get into a little bit of sports.
are there any teams that have a full gray jersey, just a blank gray?
Blank, boring gray. It says sports on the back. Big sports team here. Mm-hmm.
That'd be the catch-all if you wanted to buy a jersey and have it cover everything.
That's an old person term right there, folks. Get the catch-all. All right. I did some friggin' investigatory work that I know you wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, sure. I understand that. Just give me the best one.
I'll just give you a few. So I did all my studies were in the USA.
Understand.
Every year, kids between 6 and 17, 1.5 mil are involved in sports. Oh, no, excuse me. 1.5 mil 6-year-olds are involved in sports. That's the biggest jump. 5, it was like under 1 million, but once you hit age 6, like 1.5 million kids age 6.
Able. Okay.
Well, and are more importantly, your parents sign you up and you're playing sports.
Okay.
Organized sports.
Yeah. It's about right for me.
Organized sports peaks at 13 years of age.
And then they drop off.
They do. 2.2 million at age 13 in the U.S.
I guess most kids...
Just 13-year-olds.
Right? So it's like,
right.
I lost. So.
Well, and this is men and women. It's everybody involved. So ages 6 to 17, and this was done in 2013 or 14, so it's a couple years old. But in that year, 21.5 million kids were involved in sports. That's bigger than the population in Texas, where one of my podcast mates lives.
Yep, sure.
It's a lot of people. What they did is they broke it down after that. So what's interesting is never played a sport in their entire lives by age 18.
Ooh, this is a good style. I'm curious here.
I know. So what would you guess the number is? It's higher than 10%.
Out of, what's the max? Never played a sport. You're talking about the entirety of the U.S., so like 300 million
yes.
people?
Yes.
I bet it's probably somewhere around like 15% or 20%.
It's 13% of boys.
Oh, look at that.
18% of girls. Never played in their whole life, which I find alien. I mean, I guess if you were obese to begin with and you hated sports and you're only into math or something, like you really physically weren't able and mentally you weren't into it and your parents listened to you and you're like, I never want to do that. Like, I get it. Yeah. Like, that makes sense. Like, I'm not, everyone shouldn't have to play sports, but.
Do they normalize it for the people who can't play? Like people who are disabled? There's probably a significant percentage that probably don't.
I feel like people who are disabled do play in those leagues and stuff. Like, it's almost like you want to prove something and you work harder. Like, do you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess
it's to a degree.
Yeah.
The population among people who have a handicap, whether an arm, a leg, a disabled foot, a something, they probably are more inclined to play sports because they're told they can't. Do you know what I mean?
I could understand that. They want to prove something.
That's why they have the cool ass. Do you see the hockey one where they're on like the sleds? That's badass. Dude. Yeah, dude, that's badass.
That's
There's
what
like death ball. Is death ball the one in wheelchairs? Where they roll around and just smash into people. There's like no rules. They're all in wheelchairs, and it's like basketball.
It does look pretty good because they like strap their legs in so they don't like ram each other's legs, and then they can just smash each other because it's all metal, right?
Right.
16% of women. I mean, 18% of women. That seems like. So you're talking about like obese women, but I've seen women that like have absolutely no muscle whatsoever, like they're skin and bones. Like I figure like they're like the polar opposites make you think that you're like inadequate.
So we broke down some other stuff. Your money has a lot to do with it. The lowest contributing member of any organized sports at all, is poor urban girls. So
sense.
Chances are city black girls.
Yeah, they have nowhere to play and they don't have the money to go.
They have nowhere to play. They don't have money. Why waste the money anyway? Like, do you know what I mean? Only 11% of those kids are involved in organized sports between 6 and 17 years old.
That's sad.
It is, and I mean but it also makes sense. I mean, if a league costs money, you're not going to spend money on something you don't think whatever. Yeah. But price does pay an important part. Play. So I have here where you grew up also determines. Now again, this is a 2013 study, could have changed. Where you grew up also has a big influence. I I wonder if I should tell you the low number versus the high number. All right. Highest percentage of people who were enrolled in sports age 6 to 17 here. North Dakota.
Highest percentage is North Dakota?
Yeah.
Because it's
Do
all
you want to hear?
rural, I guess, right?
And
It
that's
seems
all they
odd,
do.
though. You'd think
Hold
it'd be
on.
more spread out, so it'd be harder to make a team out
Right,
of
but I
it.
think that's all they do.
Yeah, there's nothing to do up there.
When I think about it, honestly. So, in North Dakota, 104% of the boys play sports.
I mean, there's... So they play more than one sport? Is that... Like,
Exactly.
What's the stat?
That's exactly what changed the stat. So they must play 2 and 3 sports to all the kids that play 0. So it ends up being 104%. Girls play 79% of girls from North Dakota play a sport. That's pretty good numbers.
Yeah. I kind of want to go to North Dakota and see what it's like.
It's kind of badass, right?
Yeah.
So Iowa, they broke it down. 95% of the boys play sports, 72% of the girls. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So then I looked at the lowest 2 areas.
No. It'd be
I
like
want
New
you
York
to
City.
guess. No, New York's probably pretty high. I know it's rural or urban,
But they have money,
trust me.
right? So it'd be like
Right.
a
They have
shitty
some money.
city.
So hold on, it's a state. Florida has the lowest percentage of boys and girls up. Now it might have to do with age, but there's a lot of
for the
factors.
people.
What percent of the boys in Florida, age 6 to 17, play sports?
So it's lower than what you said, like 70-something percent.
It's much lower.
So it's like what?
North
50?
Dakota, 104, much lower. Not much.
It's lower than 50% of the people?
30% of the boys play organized sports in Florida.
How?
Again, this is 2013, so I don't know, and maybe it has to do with
Maybe Florida's
immigration and
weird
stuff.
and they don't have organized sports. They just have like pickup
I don't
games
know.
or something.
And the girls, 23%. That's sad. Like it's like
Drastically
how do people-
different.
Exactly, from North Dakota. Holy crap! But what we said about North Dakota, there's nothing to do. There's plenty to do in Florida. Friggin' sunbathe, go do whatever, play tag. I don't know.
That's true.
You can still do physical stuff. It doesn't have to be an organized sport, you know.
Just sit on the beach and enjoy yourself.
Maybe. So then I did 2016. They did the Harris poll, where they followed what your favorite sport was. They interviewed a lot of people who had multiple sports as their favorite. What's your absolute favorite if you can only pick one?
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked people only really follow one. So I just mediated the results. I used my big old sexy brain, folks. I did all the work for you. Number 1 has not changed from 1985 to 2005.
For the number one sport category?
Sport. Right, this is up to 2005. The study was done in 2016, but it compiled data that was official to 2005. So
Okay.
just pretend it's still 2005.
Let's do football.
It is. 1985, 24% of adults, this is age 18 and older, who filled out the survey. This is thousands of people, not everyone in the world. 24% love football. That was the highest percentage because they went over every sport. Like WNBA got 1%
Oh,
in all these
I
years.
apologize for the polling, which is truthful.
I'm watching you folks. Well, think about it. Their parents, their friends, them, their husbands, their children, their cousins, they all make up a population, right? Even if that number is 40,000 people, 100,000 people, that's a percentage, dude, right? Right?
It is, but what are you getting at?
Well, I'm just saying, so that's the 1%. For WNBA.
One family?
More than one family. Come on.
Yeah. 2 million people.
What do you think number 2 was on the list? All 3 years.
I would say either baseball or soccer.
It's baseball. What do you think number 3 was?
Soccer. No.
College football. College football.
That's the same thing.
I know.
That's bullshit.
No.
That's bullshit.
Hold on, because soccer is in here, but we got to go down some. What do you think number 4 is across the boards?
I don't even know. I have no idea.
Automobile racing.
That doesn't count as a sport.
Hold on, it beat basketball.
That's surprising.
That's what I thought. Now, again, this is 1985, 1995, and 2005. And it fluctuates a little bit, but they're within 1 to 2% of each other. Number 6, or 7 rather, ice hockey. What percentage of the population? No, I love ice hockey, but what percent of the population in 2005 said ice hockey was their favorite sport?
Probably like less than 10%.
5%.
Yeah.
It's a shame. because it's the best sport. But what do we know?
Yeah, we're not biased. We're truthful.
And this is the other crazy thing. So to end up all my stats and everything, um, there's another study done in 2013, 2014. I didn't have the year. It was on 5 to 17-year-olds in every country in the world, not just here. We won. Everyone take a knee. No, everyone don't. Everyone stand for this. This is America. Okay,
Salute,
folks?
salute America.
Salute. Everyone stand up. I wish I had a button to play the goddamn anthem. I would play it right now. Tell everyone to stand, because that's respect, people. We own 35% obese rate for children. We're well above everyone else. I think the next closest was like Spain or something with like 19, and I was like, 35? That's more than a damn third.
It's
ridiculous.
Our technological cocoon. We're slowly
Well, that's what I
morphing
was
into
going
the
to ask you.
next
Is
species.
that what it is? Because also, in regards to all these cool kids playing sports things, in the past year, now again, this may be 2015 or 2014 news, but child enrollment in sports in general was down 9%. Again, it's a different age group because the earlier age group was 6 to 17. This is 5 to 17. But they're down from 9 million a year to 8.2. So it's down 9% that year. Now, again, this might have been 2014,
It's a bigger age range and a bigger drop.
It was smaller. No, well, yeah, right. But either way. And a bigger drop.
Huh.
But I thought that was weird. So are kids playing less sports?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I think there's more things that are considered sports now, too, because like video gaming is now mainstream.
Is it a sport?
I think it is a sport now.
Huh. Well, I guess
Kind
I'm
of-
pretty athletic.
That's what I'm going to touch on in this next little segment here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's,
Bring us around.
yeah, let me see. So like, when I think of sports, I think of like the fastest moving, most intricate things are the most interesting.
Did you know ESPN did a study on the toughest sport?
To play
Citing,
physically?
yeah, fighting. Yes, it cited physical pain, fear of getting hurt, speed, endurance, dexterity, hand-eye coordination. There were like 3 or 4 others. I didn't write them all down. Number 1 on the entire list was,
Boxing or UFC?
and it was boxing. Good eye. You know what number 2 was?
I would say either hockey or
It was hockey.
Football.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What was number 3?
I'd say football.
Hell yeah, my man.
Yeah.
What was
Injuries.
number 4?
After that, I think it's a wash. I don't know how you could pick.
Basketball.
You roll an ankle or something. It's whatever.
Yeah, but they're 6'9" and 7'3". Those aren't normal people
They have
rolling
to
ankles.
fall another foot. That's a lot.
That's what I mean. That's a lot of feet. That's a lot of
Yeah.
meat. Anyway, I will round out the bottom 5 in ESPN's list of hardest, whatever.
The
who cares?
softest sports?
Yes.
Perfect.
Curling. Bowling was under that. Under that was shooting, I imagine, with guns.
With guns. Yeah.
Under that was billiards. And in last place, folks, I hope you're not listening to us and relaxing. The nice rod sitting in the lake because fishing came in number like 56 or whatever the hell the list was out of.
I feel like all of those sports at the bottom have limited outcomes. Like if you watched 100
They do.
games, you would see probably a majority of
All the outcomes?
Yeah.
No, I think you could get crazy shit happening in curling. Guy has like 4 bowlers on here, and all of a sudden you're coming in with 1 and you knock off 2 and 3 and you somehow move into the center and everyone's losing their shit and everyone's flying everywhere.
I've never seen an audience in curling.
Well, there had to be the best curling game ever, right?
There's got to be
There
one.
had to be one.
There's got to be
There
one.
had to be one, man.
But you would never
wish
know
we
it
were
from
there.
the announcers.
No,
Wow,
and-
he just
hey,
knocked
listen.
away those 4 pins and.
There could have been 4 whole people there.
Yeah. I actually
We
did
would
play.
never know.
I did do curling once. Have you ever
Did
done
you?
curling? Yeah.
Ah,
It was a little bit trickier than you'd expect, but not really that hard.
of course it's true. I mean,
It's just-
whatever. Well,
It's gauging speed and brushing
Yeah.
quickly, trying to put some spin on it.
were you a brusher?
I did both.
Oh, you got to do both to play
Yeah,
in the big leagues? Big
really
boys?
gets your triceps going.
Hell yeah, nice.
Luckily, I practiced a lot.
I'm trying to figure out what you're emphasizing here. It
The
almost looks
brushing.
like
It's the
J.O.
brushing.
motion. And brushing them teeth, folks.
Yeah, brushing his
Dan
teeth.
sometimes brushing two at a time, sometimes brushing a third one,
Yeah.
sometimes you got somebody behind him
My
brushing his
electric
teeth.
toothbrush is a misnomer. Don't
Oh,
trust it.
yeah. Replace them batteries once
Still
a
gotta
month.
stroke it when you use it. So let's so like fast moving sports.
Mhm.
You would think like physically fast moving, like what it takes the human body to move. So like you think hockey, like you're doing a lot
Sure.
during hockey. You're trying to analyze and move and pass, and
Right.
you're using your whole body to balance and shoot.
Sure.
So that's one of the fast moving sports for the human element. But there's also fast moving
Baseball?
sports for well, I guess like hitting a baseball is pretty
Right,
quick.
because well, the baseball's moving really fast, right?
Yeah, and pitching is 90, 5 miles an hour.
Right.
But there's also like gravity, so like skiing is really really fast. I think they get up to well,
Alpine skiing was like number 9 on that ESPN list, oddly enough. I was like, what?
I want to see what the top speed in skiing is because it seems like it's 150 miles per hour in skiing.
Really?
That's,
Are you sure about that? That sounds ridiculous.
That sounds like it's Google telling me what it is right now.
Is it?
156.8. Yeah,
That's insane.
that's ridiculously fast.
Dude, that's driving faster than those cars will go without the car. It's like, oh, can you snowboard or skate?
Can I snowboard or ski?
Yeah, I was just curious.
I can ski. Snowboarding is, I guess, I can do that. Full speed, probably
No,
not at
but-
150 miles an hour. I'll tell you that.
All right. I don't think anyone's going 150 on a damn snowboard.
And then like the like mechanically moving with an
Mhm.
engine. I think what a NASCAR and F1 they hit like 200
But the
miles an hour.
funny, yeah, 205-ish. I see him hit all the time, 210, somewhere in there. That's pretty ridiculous. But that's only it's for less than 4 seconds, right?
Yeah, and I think
So
you would
5
think it'd be
seconds.
more entertaining that way, but
You know what though? I'm not a NASCAR guy, but I do think the drag racers are pretty cool in general. It's just a lot of work and a lot of prep for,
10 seconds.
like you said, 5 seconds. I mean, your sex life is kind of like that, but
You just finish quickly, you know. It's that's one of the things that like the outcomes are still kind of moot, you know. It's like you could win by a certain number
and
of
here-
seconds.
and the other person, literally, I would guess like 30% of the time, the other racer either doesn't pull out of the starting ring or like has to cancel right away because something went mechanically wrong. Like it's never like 2 cars going to the end. It's usually like one guy stalls, one guy has an engine problem, one guy starts off, his engine flares, one guy has you know what I mean? And the other guy is just ran.
That's true.
That's boring as hell in
Yeah.
a way.
So it's extremely short duration with limited outcomes.
Mhm.
So it's
Right,
like, I could watch that, but I get it after a few times.
Hmm.
So it's transitioned to like the longest duration sport, which is probably like marathon running, I would say. Baseball takes a while.
Baseball. Well, the interesting thing about
Chopped
baseball
up.
is it doesn't have a start and end limit. Like it can keep going.
Could keep going.
As I think World Series going on or something.
Yeah, they did go extra innings, Astros and Dodgers. The Astros pulled it out, 13-12.
Name dropping here. This guy's friggin' baseball-asaurus over here.
Yeah, it's actually, that was the best game I've seen in a long time.
How many games have you seen in a long time?
Almost none.
But it was a good one. And I believe you. I've actually heard it was a good game. But, yeah.
I always like watching the abridged version because I can actually pay attention and not drift off and be distracted by butterflies or walks.
I understand.
Yeah.
Did you, which sports did you play as a kid, organized?
Baseball.
Uh-huh.
I think
What did you play? What position?
I was all over the place. 'Cause
Yeah, right.
I
Come
was
on, dude. Give me the one,
The
dude.
story is that I played pitcher for one game and I got so bored that I did not pay attention to what happened after I pitched, and the ball hit me from the catcher throwing it at me because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, and I would just be like, "This is dumb." I would just walk off the field, and it'd be like, my parents would be like, "Dan, what are you doing? What are you doing, Dan?" I'd be like, "Fuck this shit." As like a
Dude, your kid's
10-year-old.
gonna be the worst.
I was the shittiest guy.
Oh, come on. Pay attention. Oh, idiot. Stop it.
And
Pay
then
attention.
the best thing was that my teams would always win. So like that team, the little league team, won the championship. Played soccer, do the same thing. I was like, man, I'm tired of running around. They won. Championship trophy, baby. Woo!
Woo! This reminds me of an old Molson Canadian shirt. You remember you used to get T-shirts and there were 24X? I do, because it was my favorite shirts. They would give you a red shirt and say Molson Canadian, and it had the would you rather or if and or questions written on the back. And it was like be the best player in the league on a losing team or be a backup player on a championship team. And I was like,
That's me, baby.
That's a good question. Is that what you'd rather be, though?
I've been both.
And?
I don't mind being a loser on a winning team. I don't mind either, actually.
Interesting.
I think being the winner, the best player on your team for the league, being the best in the league on a losing team is probably more frustrating because you realize how shitty other people are. And every time you do something,
Right,
if there's more people than you're just like, God.
You're the worst. I hate you.
And I've had that before.
Hate your guts. Start hating your teammates.
Yeah. And it brings you down.
The backup on the bench, though, is like, I love all you guys. I just want to marry you guys. You guys are the best. We did it,
baby.
But do you really feel accomplished?
Probably not. I just kind of take them in stride. I would like to say that the longest baseball game that was ever played was 26 innings. It was in 1920.
Damn.
And a lot of them are like 25 innings.
What did it have a time of day or anything?
It doesn't give me like how long it took.
Okay.
But
I mean, it could have been 2 hours, right?
I doubt it.
Probably wasn't.
With all those commercials back in 1920.
Yeah. For Ovaltine or whatever, right?
Ovaltine.
Stock
Stock market crash 2020, 1929. It's coming.
Buy into the market. It's coming. I'm telling you, folks, it's coming.
I'm telling you, folks. Let me see. I have a few more topics, but I don't know if I can withstand. Can you withstand the extra time?
I can do some, just not. Let's not go crazy. Let's just let the people decide, folks. We're gonna sit here for a few seconds. This is active results.
Live chat. We're gonna check the live chat.
Live chat. We want you to post in there how much longer you want us to go.
Yeah, we're just gonna watch it right over here. It's gonna go for a while, I think.
I don't see anything.
Maybe we'll come back to this episode in like maybe a couple of years.
A couple of years.
Someone will have posted something by then.
No, that's
my hand.
That was
my hand was
your
waving.
hand.
Sorry. I'll try to keep it down here.
All right. Well, we'll try and move on.
Yeah, I figured it.
You guys said go for it.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
So, what's the like most hippie sport? Like the most unorganized one? I would say it's like froth. I can't even say golf. Frisbee golf.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Did they call it froth?
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say that, but yeah, ultimate Frisbee works too.
That too.
I give both. Same. I didn't even think of either of them because I was thinking of sports. I wasn't thinking of that, but good. I like that. That's froth and ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah, but on the same tone, you've got like the most expensive sport, which you probably is like
lacrosse.
I don't think lacrosse. Probably ice hockey is probably one of the more expensive ones based on equipment.
Yeah, I think so.
But as far as like paying like greens fees and stuff like that, like pure land that
golf.
it uses,
golf.
And that's pretty elitist. You have a certain kind of way to dress, even though you don't need to dress in any certain sort of fashion.
That's a good point.
And I looked at highest paid athletes.
Ooh,
most of them
interesting.
Most of them were actually soccer athletes, which I think they factored in.
That makes sense. No. That's a world thing.
Thing, yeah.
Right.
So Ronaldo and Messi, they're up there in top
three. Who's number one?
Ronaldo was.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
Who's number two?
LeBron was actually number two.
Okay. Is this considered, this is in their commercial deals and all this? This is everything. Accumulated wealth per year?
Deals. But most of the soccer players are actually making real salaries that are very high.
It's
LeBron
like 50 million. Making,
for just a salary. And then there's tennis, which is Federer.
Really? What number is he?
He was like 3 or 4, actually
That's
4 or 5.
insane. I would not have picked him. I would have gotten the soccer players, LeBron, and I figure a few golfers or no.
There are a few golfers in there. McElroy.
Yeah,
He's up there.
McElroy. No
McElroy.
kidding. No kidding.
I don't watch golf.
I don't either, but
so
I'm
boring.
I'm human. I'm a human. I know, folks.
I
don't know
am a
what
machine. Sorry, people.
he's.
I apologize.
McElroy.
McElroy. And then Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck actually makes a lot of money, even though he's
And
not that good, is he? I don't think he's.
And
That
he's
good.
playing injured right now. He's like this. He's like, well,
Well,
can't play for the old Colts right now.
Cowboys are one of the franchises that make the most money.
Of course they are. They're America's team. Most people find them in the garbage can in their local store.
America's team. You can
America's
find it in their house, in the kitchen, under the sink.
As of speaking this, the Eagles are 7-1,
That's
and
pretty fantastic.
it is. Shout out to the Cowboys. I do a live picture-in-picture, but I don't think a dumpster fire would help this podcast, would it?
I don't think so. I would pay money for that though.
Would you? Would you really?
$20.
No, $1. Less than $1. 50 cents.
So, I have one final category.
What kind of category is it?
Which is, I guess, it's a question really. It's like, what takes the most skill? These are a series of questions. If you were to play a sport, what would it take? How much training would it take to do that sport?
Do you have it sport by sport and you're going to ask me? Or
I have an idea of what they should be, but this is like a 5-minute thing. So you don't have anything? Like what sport couldn't you do at all? Like if you started from zero, you had no coordination whatsoever. No
I was always taller ever since I was a kid. That's when my dad thought I was going to be big and strong like him. Didn't work out. So at Max Myers, we used to just play pickup with all the kids, and I was always like the white kid that was like super tall. Everyone was like, "This guy's really great at basketball."
That's
like a big old strikeout. Couldn't lay up, couldn't shoot to save my life. A lot of hustle, a lot of blocking going on, a lot of almost trash talk. I was bad at trash talk, I guess, early on. Didn't get good at that till later. So basketball probably just. I just can't do it. My shot changes every time.
It's one of the sports.
Golf. I can't do golf.
Golf is difficult.
I never tried it.
I'm not gonna lie, but like basketball was one of the more difficult ones for me because I didn't pick it up right away, and like 6th grade I kind of tried it, but I was already kind of short and late
and behind the curve, dude. Yeah. Everyone's already playing.
So the short guys already had been playing for a while and they were good. So it's like, well, So that's why I picked up hockey. I think hockey requires a lot of skill because you got to learn how to skate, how to shoot,
and
keep balance. And really, like the most training that you really need to go into sports, I think it would probably be weightlifting because that's a full body type of thing, like deadlifting something.
Right. It's a diet, lifestyle also.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes beyond the thing. I still think baseball is one of the hardest ones. Isn't our old teacher?
Yeah. Well,
who said the old baseball quote?
Mr.
The hardest thing in all of sports is to hit a ball moving 90 miles an hour. Like, think about that. That's friggin' hard. It's going this way, and
I also think that pitches are limited. So, like, if you had the opportunity to try to hit a ball,
but their placement is almost unlimited. Almost. I mean, they could pitch 8 feet above your head. You would notice, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like opportunities to actually try to hit like a real curveball or a real sinker. Like if you could have a machine pitch you unlimited sinkers, you could get good at hitting that sinker.
But I think everyone's sinker's different.
That's true. There's a little bit of spin. There's ways that like the pitcher doesn't show what they're doing.
Some guys break later. Some guys have different movement on the ball. Some guys creep up on you faster. Some guys lose speed as they move. Some guys start higher and end up lower. Like, do you know what I mean? There's just so many facets to that.
Yeah. And the Dodgers pitcher last night, he was showing that like he had some sort of like weird like leg flick that kind of like threw people off in the timing. So like not only did he do the leg flick, but he didn't move his hands at all. Like he would pick his pitch in his glove.
Hides the pitch well.
Yeah. And like his release was right at the same time. So it was like as a hitter, you don't know what's coming, you don't know where it's going, and then he had a
Right.
really high curveball that was like it looked like it was like going to be way high, and then it just dipped right at the last second.
Well, there's a reason why hitting 333 almost puts you in the Hall of Fame. That's one out of every three times you actually hit the ball. Well, and hit it into play, whatever.
Yeah,
But I mean, that says something about the sport, I think. I don't like the sport, but give it credit.
It's pretty boring.
I will say, I ran a hockey league in college.
Wow, whole league.
Yeah, roller hockey, Trabant hockey. We would meet outside the roller rink at Trabant, and that's where I met your friend Travis.
He was avid. He was an avid
He
roller
was.
hockey player.
We would meet every Thursday and then some Sundays, I think. And I started a Facebook page for it back when Facebook was brand new, and I would post updates, and I would have I had 13 people's phone numbers, like when cell phones were just getting big, and I would call and text all these people and organize the games. I would bring always one goalie, sometimes two, and everyone hung on my word and knew who I was. And I literally started this. You can look this the hell up. Before Counter-Strike games ended, everyone says GG, good game.
Good game.
I started that to be funny, as I was being sideways about it. I was
believe, but I'll
saying
trust you.
GG. Trust me. You can trust everyone. There's a guy who always wore a Bertuzzi jersey to the games. He was an a-hole, but he came to every game. The goalie, Zambino, or whatever his name was, it began with a Z. He played goalie every time because he couldn't play any other position, but God bless him. There was Travis. There was dudes who I would see, Mike Zaki. Oh, my God, dude. I can think of literally 28 to 35 people who would come to these games, and 30 of the 35 were college kids that went to the University of Delaware, and the other 5 were just randoms who knew us and would always show up for our games. And we would play for 2 hours every Thursday or something. And it was the greatest thing ever, and it felt cool because I was glued the hell together, yeah. And then senior year, I kind of stopped doing it, and I would see guys playing randomly, but not the same as Trabant hockey, man.
Yeah. Bravo. I love those
Bravo.
days. I miss those days.
My swan song.
Well, it's that time again. I'd like to see you again next time on the Unpanderers here.
Real quick, we did our product play, we did everything. This is a comment in the last video.
Oh,
13. It was from. I just wanted to address it because it felt pretty important. I figured I'd bring it up. And when you guys comment, we do really read it, and we will really bring it up.
We'll respond.
So go ahead, comment down there. We really will. I don't care what it is. So, Bellis 477 DSK. It might be BL7 IS 477K. I'm not 100% sure. Wrote,
yeah, make a better name.
XXXX. Check on this site here for free follows. This one rare trick they don't know. Guarantee double follow 4 hours. XXX.
Double
and as a link. And I thought, that's cool. Someone wants to double our followers.
Yeah.
But we're organic. I don't even think we need to click on anything or take any shortcuts.
Nice raw growth.
So thank you, Bellis 477 DSK. He's probably got pictures of us in the basement. He's probably always cheering for the Unpanders. He probably goes to the website every day.
Yep. Unpanders.com.
I want to tell him he can grow up and do whatever he wants.
Huh.
But we don't need shortcuts, folks. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Yeah. Hard friggin' work. Anyway, folks, I just wanted to say,
yeah,
from the bottom of our hearts, thanks for being there tonight. Thanks for being you. Anything you want to add, Dan?
Check us next time on the Unpanders.
Check us next at the Unpanders. We like you, folks.
We like you a lot. Bon voyage.
Hit the fucking button.